racial, misogynistic, all those things. And that's why he's so dangerous, because he tries to appeal to people, and he has,
Yeah.
and they're just feeding into it and
And
listening
then
to him.
45 kind of pushed it to level where as though he was number one. Because before that, like we knew about Tucker Carlson, but it wasn't.
Oh yeah, I can't speak to that. I don't know.
Now he's infamous.
Yeah, yeah. I don't. I mean, I don't know. I mean, yeah, I don't know about the numbers before Trump came on site, but I mean, at this point, he's already tweeted about not liking him. Carlson said that he didn't like Trump in his tweets and stuff like that. But then still interviewed him like
Yeah.
2 weeks ago, 2 or 3 weeks ago. So, I mean, it's whatever. But I think with Murdoch, he just went a little too far
Hmm.
in whatever it was that he was saying. Because again, Hannity and Ingram, they kind of stayed in line. I mean, they said
They
what
said
they would
some reckless
say,
things, but yeah,
they still stay in line. So when Murdoch says, "Hey, nope, pull it back," that they did. But Tucker,
he went off.
being Tucker, is like, "I'm gonna just do what I want to do because I don't care." And so I don't know what he's really up to, Mr. Tucker Swanson McNear
Oh
Carlson.
wow.
Yeah, I knew I was inheriting money, but I
Hmm.
forgot from
I
who. But I
remember the
guess
bow
Swanson.
ties. That
I guess
corny.
Swanson is who that money's coming from. But oh, he is. I thought he got divorced, but I guess he's still married. Okay. But yeah. I mean, it's just insane, and everybody's poking fun. I mean, I just Googled his name, and it's like Roy Wood Jr. rips into Tucker Carlson and Don Lemon at White House. Biden pokes fun at Fox, CNN, and himself. Which I'm assuming Tucker's gonna be in there. Colbert returns to roast Tucker before strike shuts down late night. Like all these
Yeah.
people are taking shots. And I mean, I get it. He just and then there's this new video, yeah, that apparently he's talking to Andrew Tate, and he's saying how the Fox Nation streaming service sucks, and then he makes like a face like, "Oh, did I just say that?" So some people are thinking it's like AI because some of the things seem weird,
Okay.
like hand movements and stuff, but we really don't know. I was watching J.R. Jackson on that one. He's like, "Did anybody notice that?" And then he said he found like two other people that mentioned it on like Twitter or something, but I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if it's real or not. I mean, even if it is, like him saying that Fox News streaming service sucks, like that's not the worst thing in the world. They just
Mm.
fired him, so whatever. But yeah, it looks like he's just in front of some brown wall talking his rhetoric. I don't know if he's gonna link up with anybody. He used to have the daily, was it the Daily Beast that he helped
Yeah.
co-found or
Hmm.
whatever. So I don't know, to go from being on Fox to something like that. I think definitely is a downgrade, even for Tucker. But who knows? He may start something new. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I heard that there was supposed to be a Don Lemon Tucker Carlson collabo. So Dr. Rashad Ritchie apparently had run into them. And there was even a picture you could see. I think it was Tucker and Ritchie
Because
in the
he
picture.
doesn't.
But
Tucker Carlson doesn't believe stuff that he says. He
no,
doesn't.
yeah, exactly. He really doesn't. I mean, and he said as much in those texts. Again, when you're saying this or that, and then you're like, yeah, I know we lied and blah 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 blah. Like you
Hmm.
admit to lying. It's like, come on, dude. But yeah, so they're talking about Don Lemon, and that was something that was put out there that I saw yesterday. I have no idea if it's true. I think it would actually be very interesting if people would tune in because you have people supposedly on the opposite side of each other.
Hmm.
Um, so it would be very interesting. I think it would be even more interesting if they added some progressive in there. That would really get things stirred up. But I don't know. We'll see what happens with this guy, but I don't know. And I also wonder who they're gonna get to replace
Tucker.
Tucker.
I
I
think
think
they're
that's
going to
gonna be
move.
interesting.
Yeah, they're going to move maybe Hannity because if they're towing the line, then this lawsuit, although it's settled, it caused Fox to make some adjustments.
Yeah, and
Especially since after they settled, he was still running his mouth. Like, cut it out.
yeah, and Hannity, could be, I guess, a decent replacement. I think sometimes too it comes down to why can't we tax the billionaires? I think it comes down to charisma too.
Does he
Um,
have any?
Tucker has more than Hannity.
Oh yeah, he is dry.
So and again, he just found a way to kind of get people in, asking those stupid questions, having that dumb blank stare on his face when
Hmm.
his co-hosts or whatever were talking. I mean, he for whatever reason he was able to draw people in. Hannity seems a little bit more dry to me,
He
so
is.
I don't know how that all is going to go. But oh my god, Twitter. Anyway, so yeah, I mean, it'll be interesting to see what happens. I don't know.
I'm waiting for it to just implode.
Yeah, I mean,
I see the cracks.
as far as what, like, what's gonna implode? What cracks?
Because if they got rid of Handed,
Oh,
Tucker
you mean
Carlson.
Fox as a
Yeah,
whole?
Fox. Yeah.
I think Fox is too big for that. It's still number
No.
one. It's
Hmm.
uh,
No, the viewers as far as
mm,
that, because they're putting out. They want Tucker to do this, and we're gonna. What is it? The one that we saw yesterday. It said something about. Oh my God! Stop watching, banning,
mm-hmm.
or what do you call it? I can't get the word in my mind right
Like
now.
cancel culture.
Yeah, they're canceling Fox.
Oh, I mean, yeah,
It's just the
that's
stupid.
yeah, that's all. Yeah, people say that cancel, but whatever. Like, I think this whole like cancer cancel culture thing is like winding down. I don't think people care about it as much.
Not at
Even the
all.
people who still like shout it. Like I don't. Um, canceling people. I mean, you guys try to cancel everybody for everything. So at this point, it's like, who really cares? you know, like whatever. So yeah, I don't know. I don't. I don't think. I mean, once you hit a certain level, because even to me, even though I haven't heard, let's say like Dave Chappelle's latest stuff, people are still gonna watch them.
Yeah.
But maybe not as many because, any trans people that we're listening to may not now, but how I don't know how big that number even is. But yeah. So anyway, it's break time again. We shall return.
You could listen to one of those other stations, but what would your friends think? You could listen to one of those other stations, but what would your friends think? She's the boss. Radio Network.
Yeah, that's the sound of today's business community. It's a dog-eat-dog world and only the strong survive. The challenge is navigating the ever-changing business environment to put your business in the forefront. So how does your business keep up with the changes? That's where She's the Boss Network comes in. She's the Boss Network is an internet media network that's been helping businesses like yours get the exposure that you're looking for at reasonable cost by way of radio and video. They'll help you stay successful by navigating change and seeing the big picture. After She's the Boss Network analyzes your business and marketing strategies, you'll start to see a media presence like you've never seen in your business before. And She's the Boss Network doesn't stop there. They use their findings to create a practical plan of action, a plan that will get your business from where you are to where you need to be. There you go. Lock those dogs up for good by giving She's the Boss Network a call at 866-494-5945, extension 101, or by checking their website at she'sthebossradio.com. Again, that's 866-494-5945, extension 101, or she'sthebossradio.com.
Hey, I'm Jenny James for Neatly Done Carpet Cleaner. You've probably been home a lot more. Maybe you have kids like me who spill all the time, and you've noticed that your carpet's not looking so good. Why don't you call Neatly Done Carpet Cleaner? They use a dry extraction service, so you won't have wet carpet all day long, and you can get back to doing the things you love with your family immediately. And it's a way to make your room healthier while improving your indoor air quality. You can do tile, slate, granite, ceramic, area rugs, and yes, they're pet friendly too. Why don't you get a free, no obligation estimate today? NeatlyDoneSanAntonio.com.
We don't break the laws. We just make up our own. The internet's best choice for music. She's the boss. Radio Network.
All right, we are back. So we need something else to talk about.
We're sitting
Uh,
here doing
I
some
do.
other stuff.
Actually, you know what? Let's touch on this fool.
What the who's we?
I almost did, but let's go to Brandon Scott.
Oh God.
So, block by block. What is this called? Blockbyblocknews.com. Says Mayor Brandon Scott pledges to reduce youth violence, boosting housing opportunities in the state of the city address. This is from the 28th of April. So it says, what's happening? At the State of the City address last week, Baltimore Mayor Brandon Scott vowed to reduce youth violence, boosting housing opportunities, and restart weekly recycling collection by the first quarter of 2024. Okay. Which specific initiatives does Scott pledge to uphold in the coming year? So Scott touted several planned housing initiatives, including a $9.7 million investment in grant programs designed to bolster Black home ownership and 270 grants through the Buy Back the Block program, which offers $10,000 to renters to buy the property they live in or $20,000 to buy and renovate it. $20,000 is not even enough to buy it. Anyway, he was also promised to spend $5 million on rental assistance, which I have not any of, and to prevent owner-occupied homes from being offered in the city's annual tax sale for the third year. To combat high rates of youth violence, Scott said, 7 bodies found, nice. Scott said the city would launch a summer program with activities for young people, including midnight basketball, pool parties, summer camps, and extended houses at recreational facilities. He also appointed the city's health commissioner, Letitia Arasa, to lead a collaborative group focused on youth violence prevention in her new role as the deputy mayor for equity, health, and human services. And this says, anything else I should know? Though typically hosted at City Hall, Scott moved the speech to the Middle Branch Fitness and Wellness Center in Cherry Hill, a $23 million recreation facility championed by the Scott administration and opened in November. Has it done anything since November?
No, but they've shut a lot of schools down. Displaced a lot of people.
How do you know?
Miss Lena was teaching. No, Miss Lena.
No, but I'm saying, has the facility done anything?
Oh,
You said no, and I was like, how do you know?
I know they.
So this was even further back, but it also talks about his speech. Okay, nope, they're telling me I've seen too many free articles, so I guess. But yeah, at any rate, I don't know. I don't know what Brandon's doing. I don't know what he's up to. I don't understand. Someone said Mayor Scott is a liar, flat out. Baltimore City housing is the worst in the state, and complaints about poor conditions and very poor management, oversight, and enforcement has fallen on deaf ears of the mayor and his housing commissioners. And it goes on and on. Bell Towers and Lakeview Towers are a point of context. They put content, but yeah, I mean, the unfortunate thing. Someone who said I voted red, seems to me that our Democrats break, and he wrote break wrong, break things just to fix it so they look like they are doing something. If it's not broken, don't try to fix it. First of all, shut the hell up, because a lot of stuff in Baltimore is broken and needs to be fixed. Mayor Scott is just not doing anything productive, constructive to fix it. It's good to have plans and it's good to make your speeches, but at the same time, you know, he keeps talking about like crime initiatives and stuff, and yet crime has not improved. It's actually gotten worse, especially I guess as far as you want to consider mass murders, because that consists of 4 more people dying. That's a mass murder. So that happens often enough in Baltimore.
And didn't you just get a notification about another 7?
Yeah, somewhere. I don't know where.
Yeah.
But
This is
7 bodies were found.
And then in Southwest Baltimore, there was adults
shot.
and a child. Yeah.
So Oklahoma Highway Patrol found 7 bodies during a search for 2 missing Oklahoma teens. So there you go. But like 2 men shot in Baltimore within 4 hours overnight. Police seeking tips. Like that's
Who's going to tip?
That's the kind of stuff I get all the time.
Yeah, but my thing is that, okay, you guys always want tips, you want this, you want that, but at the end of the day, look at your cold cases. You get the tips, and then you sit on it.
And again, part of that I have to keep saying is because of being understaffed. But even when they were fully staffed, um, not as much was done. I mean, it's just it's hard because more people are going to look at the police because they're supposed to be the ones above, like them, judges, whoever, those people above
They're
everybody
infallible.
else we
Yeah.
expect to be, wholesome people, so to speak, and do their jobs, but they're the most,
Mm.
some of them the most racist ones, I should say. Um, Supposedly, there's a number within like the military and justice system and police and all that, a number of white supremacists, and that I mean, on a very basic level, it makes sense when you look at crimes against black and brown people and other minorities, hate crimes, even when it involves the cops. But there are just cops too. I mean, we
Yeah.
look again at
They're
Tennessee.
human beings. They're flat.
We look
Mhm.
at Memphis, Tennessee, at the Scorpion Squad and what they did to Tyree Nichols. That was, if you want to consider black on black crime, yeah, but it was also just cops just trying to flex. And so, but again, when we talk about like white cops killing black and brown people, it's because it's disproportionately so. Like, yeah, white cops also kill white people, but not to the extent where they are killing racial minorities. And it's also what's behind it. A lot of times I feel like they'll kill a white person because, you know, they're crazy. They
Yeah.
run around with machetes and stuff. So, I get why you would want to protect yourself. I'm not for shooting someone to kill them though.
And that's where we've had several discussions about that. If you have somebody coming at you with a weapon, yes, defend yourself.
Yeah.
Don't
You don't have
kill
to
them.
kill them.
Like there's arms, there's legs, there's shoulder, there's a lot of places you could shoot, but you're
Shoot that
shooting.
big toe off. If your aim's good.
Yeah. So my thing is like you're shooting neck
To
up.
kill.
Yeah.
Basically. Like, and the other thing that kills me is that,
And then not just
people
one
are-
shot. You're 30.
Yeah, people are running away and they're getting shot in the back.
And that's not self-defense. If you
Yeah.
shoot them in the back, it's not self-defense.
It really isn't.
But they
And
try.
so to me, I just want to know, because I mean, stuff like this has always happened. Don't get me wrong, but I do feel like it has gotten worse. So where are the days where, cops used to run people down, and like now it's just like, oh, I'm not doing that. I'm just gonna shoot you.
Mhm.
And so there was also this story. I forget which state. Well, I'm not gonna make it. I don't know which state, but 5. Apparently one was here legally, but I guess the other ones were undocumented or weren't. But 5 people, including an 8-year-old, got killed. So the neighbor, for whatever reason, was in his front yard just shooting his gun off. The father of a baby went over and said, hey, your baby's trying to sleep. Do you mind keeping it down?
Mm-hmm.
So like 10, 15 minutes later, they said, and apparently alcohol was involved, but 10, 15 minutes later, they said the guy went over there, went in the house and shot up people, killed 5 people. Luckily, 2 kids survived, but only because 2 females put their bodies on top of them to save them, and so they ended up dying. Now these kids, had to deal with these bodies being shot at on top of them and blood going all over their bodies and faces and stuff. So 5 people, including an 8-year-old, died, and the guy's on the run. They still haven't caught him, but he is also Hispanic, or I'll just say Latino. I don't know what country he's from, but. But yeah, so it's insane because first of all, we can go into gun laws, but
We're going to stay away from that right
yeah,
now.
that's a whole nother conversation. But yeah, I mean, you just have these aggressive people doing stuff that
Just unnecessary. And you can't say it was, oh, he was drunk. It had to be more than that. Like, come on.
not necessarily. It doesn't have to be, but it's weird because from what I remember, there were calls to the cops. Like, I think they said 5 calls were made, and we don't know what happened. We don't know if they were back to back. We don't know if it was over the span of 2 hours. At least at the time that I was hearing this, which was yesterday. So there might be more information out now. But I'm tired of hearing stuff like that too. I'm tired of hearing like, well, we've told the police about this guy before or this woman before. We've told, like, I see that every once in a while. It's like, well, what the hell are the cops doing? Even sometimes the FBI, like, they'll be tipped off. They don't do nothing.
Okay.
And then the person goes and shoots somebody up.
Okay.
So it's like,
So this is the thing. The FBI can be tipped off. That's fine. You can call. But based on jurisdiction, the FBI can't just come in and
Right.
yeah. So you got to look at that. Make sure you
But
tell.
are they communicating anything with anybody?
That's the question.
Yeah.
So what I always tell people is like, if you going above, like this is something serious. The police aren't doing anything. I need to call the FBI. There's protocols the FBI has to follow.
Right.
Yes, they get the information. They give it down to that district or that city, whatever it is. It's up to them to give that information up, and that communication break, because police are pissed when people go to the feds instead of going to them, but then they're not doing the work they're supposed to be
Right.
doing. It's frustrating for citizens because that's who's left
Right.
to deal with the nonsense.
Yeah, and to go quickly back to cops again. For the ones that are trying to do their job, it's gotta be frustrating for them too.
Because they're few.
Yeah, because all the GTTF, Scorpion Squad ones out there, Dirty Dozen types that are out there, you make the whole precinct look bad, and at this point, the whole profession looks bad.
And the thing that gets me is that, okay, the Dirty Dozen in DC, nobody learned from it. That's what I don't
No one learned
understand.
here in Baltimore,
You
so-
don't learn from it. Because, I mean, with the GTTF thing, because we lived through it, I know some of them have been promoted, they've
Yeah.
retired and moved on, and they're not being held accountable.
Even Breonna Taylor, the one who killed her,
Mhm.
he got promoted or at least got another job or something.
Right.
It's just like, he
But
should be in
I
jail.
remember when they were saying they were going to create this database of all the complaints and ramifications.
But when you investigate your own and you want to,
True.
that's how that goes. But at any rate, it is time to wrap up the show. We appreciate you guys listening in. You can always go to she'sthebossradio.com to find out more about Deplorable Rhetoric and all the other awesome shows on the network. You can go to tunein.com or shoutcast to listen or tell Alexa or Siri to play She's the Boss Radio. You can also follow She's the Boss Radio on Facebook, She's the Boss Radio on Twitter, WSTBRN on IG, and WSTBR on Twitch and Tumblr. And then you can follow us, Deplorable Rhetoric on Facebook, Deplorable_Rhetoric on Instagram, and We Rant to Rave, the number 2 on Twitter. We'll talk at y'all next Tuesday.
You could listen to one of those other stations, but what would your friends think? You could listen to one of those other stations, but what would your friends think? She's the boss.